Hi, it's Christopher from My Home Upgrades. A while back I made a video showing how I was able to take my yard from being kind of basic to professionally landscaped on a budget. A big part of that was getting a plan from a landscape architect. That plan called for hedgerows and holly bushes in specific places that really added a lot of structure to the whole yard, made the place look great. Today I want to talk to you about a tool that I've found that really helps me keep those hedges and hollies looking their best. So about 4, maybe 5 years after I planted the yard and all those hedge bushes, they started needing to be trimmed. At first I just used it's kind of a smallish electric corded hedge trimmer that my granddad actually gave me. That worked for a while, but as the bushes continued to grow, I needed something bigger. They were just getting too tall to cut, and I was up on a ladder trying to get it done. So I borrowed an electric corded pole hedge trimmer from my friend Richie. Now this worked a lot better. It has, a pole, and it was a little bit longer, of course, and the blade tilted, but it still had a cord, and it was a little bit awkward because the motor, which was kind of heavy, was at the far end where the cutting blade was. So I was still up on a ladder, and it was still kind of an awkward tool to use. Finally, I broke down and bought a gas-powered pole hedge trimmer. Now this was one that another friend of mine, Greg, highly recommended. He does a lot of landscape work, and he just couldn't say enough good things about it. So on Greg's recommendation, I bought a Shindaiwa gas-powered pole hedge trimmer, and I couldn't be happier. Before we talk about gas-powered hedge trimmers, I want to take a minute to talk about safety. It's really, really important to read, understand, and follow all of the safety instructions that come with your power tools. And as Norm Abrams from the New Yankee Workshop taught us all, there is no more important safety rule than to wear these safety glasses. Quick note about these safety glasses: they actually came in a kit together with these WorkTunes Bluetooth ear muffs or ear protection. I really like them. I've been working with them for, probably a year and a half or so. They're great. So I'll put a link to these down below as well. So the gas-powered pole hedge trimmer that I went with was the Shindaiwa. I'll list out some of its features down below, but I want to talk to you for a second about some of the real benefits that I got out of buying it and using it. First of all, it's just a great product overall. It's very well made. I've been using it for about a year and a half, about as long as I have been using the WorkTunes ear protection and the safety glasses that came with them as well, of course. So that's number one. Number two is it's got a really, really long pole, and the cutting head is also really long. That, together with the fact that the cutting head can tilt so far in both directions, those two things mean that I get to stay on the ground much more often and don't have to get up on a ladder. That's really important because, frankly, it can be kind of dangerous to be up on a ladder with a big, heavy power tool. So I almost never have to do that anymore, and that's a huge benefit. The other benefit is that when I do have to get up on a ladder, like to top out the hedgerows in my backyard at about 9 feet or so, it's just so much easier. I don't have to reach for anything anymore. And let me tell you, reaching for something when you're up on a ladder, that's a great way to fall and really hurt yourself. So this has been a great benefit from this particular product. The next thing that I found was kind of a surprise, and it has to do with the fact that the product is so well made and the engine is such a good engine, and I don't have to use a cord anymore. So that means I end up using it more frequently. And that means that I'm not having to go out and do a big giant cutting like only maybe once or twice a year. I may go out a whole lot more frequently than that because it's just easy to go out and cut a bush or two or one of the shorter hedgerows or something like that. So it's just easier to use more frequently, and that's been just a real plus. I've really enjoyed using it as a result. So I can't say enough good things about the Shindaiwa hedge trimmer. The one I bought also has the head can be swapped out for other tools, and who knows, next spring I might go ahead and buy the grass edge trimmer, try to make the yard look even better. In the meantime, I've been really happy with this gas-powered hedge trimmer from Shindaiwa, and I just wanted to let you know about it. So if you've enjoyed this video, Please hit the like button. It helps out with the YouTube algorithm a ton. Also, please subscribe on YouTube. And if you're watching on the website, which I'd encourage you to visit at myhomeupgrades.com, please go ahead and subscribe there as well. You can subscribe there and we'll send you an email every time we have a new post or if there's something else that's coming up that we think is important for you to know about. Thanks so much for watching. Look forward to seeing you next time at My Home Upgrades.